Welcome to Section 3, Connecting with the Webpack Dev Server. In this section, we'll take a look at Webpack Dev Server and how it can enhance your development workflow. We'll look at hot module replacement and we'll look at some advanced configuration. We'll use the same app we've built in Section 2, Cactus, the photo gallery app. We'll add some enhancements like storing and fetching images from a cloud service. We'll probably add a multiple delete feature and some more UI tweaks to make the app look more sexy. Alright, so in this video, we'll see how Webpack can auto-reload our application in the browser. Why do we need Webpack Dev Server? Well, if you see our workflow, it's like you can go to your code editor, make changes in your code, save your file, go to your command prompt, execute npm run build, go back to your web browser, press Ctrl R to refresh the app. Wow, that's a lot of steps, but believe me, this is what us developers do every day. Now Webpack Dev Server is a small node module. What it does is it watches your files for changes. As soon as it detects a change, it automatically reloads your application in the browser. So yes, we definitely need Webpack Dev Server. We look at how we can set up Webpack Dev Server. I hope you remember the config file, that is webpack.config.js. We look at how we can start and stop the server from the command prompt. And finally, we'll make some changes in our code and first-hand experience how the app automatically reloads in our browser. Let's set up Webpack Dev Server. Of course, make sure you have the Webpack Dev Server node module installed as a dev dependency in your package.json. Now you're quite familiar with the build option. Basically what happens is you do npm run build, and behind the scenes what gets executed is webpack-p. We have added a new start option to our scripts. So now if you execute npm run start, behind the scenes this is what will be executed. Let's head over to our command prompt. So you're familiar with the build option. So this basically builds our application into our bundle.js file. Great. So we have been doing this for quite a while. Let's take a look at the start option. Remember, as in package.json, what's going to happen is Webpack Dev Server, the executable, will run with the option -- content to base. Alright, it's as simple as that. That's how you start your Webpack Dev Server. How do you stop it? Ctrl C. It's as simple as that. And remember, you don't even need to stop it. Believe me, I've personally started Webpack Dev Server for an entire day, done my development, and finally stopped it at the end of my development, which is probably 8 or 10 hours. Since npm run start is one of the most used options of the scripts tag, npm start is a handy shortcut to it. So you don't need to actually type npm run, you can just do npm start. That's great. Great, so our server has started. So now that you know how to start and stop the Webpack Dev Server, let's finally make some changes to our code and watch the fun. Okay, there are a few things I need to first tell you about Webpack Dev Server. The first thing you notice is it says project running at certain URL. This is the URL you need to put in your browser. The other option, which is content-based www. So Webpack says content is served from www. What does this mean? We have our source code in src. So whenever any file changes in src, the app is going to be reloaded. We also have some of our assets in www. our third-party JS and CSS files. So Webpack Dev Server uses that option, content base, to load these files. Great. So now let's visit this URL finally. Alright, so let's visit this URL which Webpack Dev Server has so kindly provided us with. Wow, we're back to Cactus. Let's see if it works. Yes, of course it works. Okay, let's head over to our code editor. I'm probably going to add the version information to my header 1.0. Save this. Back to our browser. You see it's reloading automatically and the version information has appeared. Let's probably increment the version number. Save this. Wow, that's magic. Also take a look at the command line. You'll see that as we have made changes to header, Webpack Dev Server has recompiled header.jsx. Let's change some colors. Oh, I know that doesn't look good. Great. You'll see that Webpack Dev Server has recompiled app.scss. I'm going to undo this. Great. So here what we have done is I've put my code editor and my browser side by side. Let's make changes and you will see how the browser reloads in front of your eyes. Believe me, my hands are off the keyboard. I'm starting to like this background theme. Great. So you've seen that making changes to your code, that's JavaScript, JSX, as well as SCSS, automatically reloads your app.